Hello, my name is Laxon Muntali. I'm your Dart/Flutter instructor. Welcome to this lesson on the Flutter file structure. Understanding the file structure of the Flutter project is essential for effective development and maintenance of your app. In this tutorial, or in this video, we'll go through the different parts of a Flutter project and explain what each of them does. So I'll start with the lib folder. This one, lib folder, sorry about that. So lib folder. So the lib folder is the main folder of a Flutter project. It contains the Dart code for your app, including the main.dart file, as you can see here. So which is the entry point for your app. The main.dart file contains the main function, which is the first code that runs when your app starts. So this is the main function. So from this one, I'll jump to Android and iOS folders. So there's Android here, as you can see, this is the Android folder, and this is the iOS folder. So the Android and the iOS folders contain the platform-specific code for your app. They are generated by the Flutter create command. So when you're creating your Flutter application, these folders will be automatically generated. So and are used to configure the app's appearance, behavior on each platform. In the Android folder, so if you open the Android folder, in the Android folder, you'll find the app folder. So this is the app folder, as you can see here. So which contains the Java code for your app. Java code, or Kotlin, I would say. And in the iOS folder, you'll find the runner folder. So if we open the iOS folder, we're going to see the runner folder here, as you can see. So which contains the Swift code for your app. These Android and iOS folders are similar to other platform-specific folders, like this one for Linux, and this one for Mac OS, and this one for web, and this one for Windows. So from this, I think I'll jump to .dat2 folder. So this one. So in a Flutter project, the .dat2 folder is a hidden folder that is used to store information related to the Dart development tools. It is created automatically by the Dart SDK and is used to store files such as the package resolution cache, which helps to improve the performance of the Flutter development process. So throughout your development, I don't think you ever touch this folder. So don't worry about this folder. Just leave it there. Don't delete it, but I don't think you ever open it. Then there's another folder called idea. This one just down here, idea. So the idea folder in a Flutter project is a hidden folder that is used by the IntelliJ IDE to store project-specific settings and configuration files. This folder is not created by Flutter, but by the IntelliJ IDE when the project is opened in the IDE. So this has something to do with the IDE, not Flutter. So this folder. So in case you see it, just know this is not a Flutter folder. This is an IDE folder. And which other folder did I? Okay, so we can talk about this one, the build. The build folder in a Flutter project is where the output of the build process is stored. It is created automatically by Flutter when you run the Flutter build command, and it contains the files that are used to generate the final APK or IPA file of your app. Remember when we run the application, the APK that was generated to install on this emulator was stored under this folder. So if we go here, then we go output and APK, you see this APK file that was installed here on the emulator. Okay. And from build, I'm going to talk about tests. So the test folder is where you can store your unit and integration tests. These tests are written in Dart and can be run using the Flutter test command. The test folder contains a widget underscore test.dat file by default, which is a sample test file for testing widgets. So if you want to test your application, this is the folder that you'll be using. And I would say last but not least, I'll talk about the pubspec.yaml. I don't know whether I've pronounced it correctly, but yeah. So this file, this is not a folder, it's a file, pubspec.yam. So the pubspec.yam is the configuration file for your project. It contains information about the project's dependencies, assets, and other settings. So as you can see here, so after I opened it, if I scroll down, you're going to see dependencies here, as you can see here. So there's environment, it will show you the SDK version. There's the version here as well. So this is more like the settings file for your Flutter application. So you can use it to specify the version of the Flutter SDK like we have seen here. So you can even check the SDK for Flutter, and as well as any other package or plugins that your project depends on. So all the dependencies, all the plugins that you'll be adding to these projects, they'll be listed under the under dependencies. So you know that you're going to learn how to use this file. Don't worry, how to add plugins, how to add all these things. Yeah, so that's it. You now have a better understanding. I think that's it. Now you have a better understanding of the Flutter file structure and the purpose of each folder and file in a Flutter project. Remember that the structure of the project can be modified as per the requirement of the app. But the above explained, but what I've explained so far, I would say like it's pretty much the default when it comes to the file structure. You can modify it, you can add whatever that you want to do. Yeah, so that's pretty much it when it comes to file structure. Thank you for watching. If you have any question, please contact the instructors. Bye bye.